So if you've ever taken class with me, you've probably heard me say these words, that there's no problem you can't solve with a yoga prop, and in my world, everything is a yoga prop. So today the problem we're going to solve is a little bit seasonal. This time of year, which is winter, as we're filming, there's a lot of cold, wet weather. And for people who don't normally experience the symptoms of arthritis, there is often the problem of stiff fingers, swollen joints, and just kind of arthritic sensations in the hands. So today I'm going to give you a couple of ideas about 4 really easy, quick things you can do. I'm in my kitchen because the first one is going to involve cheap rice. So idea number 1 is going to involve a vase of some kind or a long skinny jar. You can get these, you might have one lying around your house, or you can get them when flowers are delivered, or you can go to the dollar store or the florist and get them for about $2. Second thing you're going to need is some rice. Now I've got cheap no-name rice here. I bought 4 pounds at the dollar store for $4. And I'm not going to worry about wasting it because I can reuse it many times. What you're going to do is pour the rice into a microwave-safe container and nuke it for about 15 seconds. Test it carefully, make sure it's not too hot when it comes out, and then pour the rice into your container. Now you have something that you can dip your hand into and feel really awesomely good about. As I said, you can use cheap rice. The other idea is to splurge and buy something deliciously smelling like jasmine rice or pecan rice. And know that every time you heat it up, you'll be comforting your wrist, but also have the idea about the aromatherapy of the smell of the rice itself. So this idea is a bit of counterposing for overuse of technology. Our handheld devices, our computer keyboards are causing lots of wrist pain issues. So what you're going to do, follow with me because this is confusing even when I'm sitting right in front of the person. Take your left hand and put it up like this, so mirror me. Then take your right hand in between your wrist and your face and wrap it around like a little gentle cocoon, the top of your palm, the top of your wrist. I should say the bottom of your palm. Now all we're going to do is gently rotate the wrist outward from there. You're not trying to unscrew it. You're not trying to pull it out. You're just going to add a little gentle exertion and let your fingers relax, let your wrist relax, let your whole arm relax. Hold that for about 60 seconds, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit less. And then release and shake it out and do the other side. You're going to do that a couple times a day, especially if you're a heavy keyboard user. So with arthritis in any joint, it's really important that you keep moving the joint, even when it hurts. Now, a lot of people use balls like this or squish balls, and they do some kind of stuff like that. And that's fine for as far as it goes. But if you look, I'm using the joints in the same way every time. And that's kind of the problem a lot of times with repetitive stress or arthritis. So I've got a better idea. And it involves using a piece of paper. You don't have to get fancy paper. You can just grab something out of your recycle bin. Okay, so you're going to put the piece of paper down on a hard surface and start by, just so you have a comparison, kind of wiggle your fingers around. If you have one tight set of fingers and one loose, start with your tight set. So you have a before and after picture. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use just this hand and I'm going to crumple this up into a very tight little ball. And you can watch how many different directions my joints are moving in. So I'm working with resistance, and I'm working with dexterity, and I'm working each individual finger. And now here comes the fun part, because I'm going to take this tight little ball, put it back on the table, and I'm going to unravel it. And take it back to a flat piece of paper. And again, watch how many different directions I'm moving my hand in, and then I'm moving my whole hand in a unit. All the fingers and the palms and the wrist, everything working together. So I make a flat piece of paper again, and then I'm going to twinkle my fingers and see the difference. So that was a few simple ideas for taking care of your creaky fingers, and introduction to the idea that there are props all around you that can help with self-comfort. We'll talk more about those in the future. If you have an idea of something you'd like me to address, or if you find something in these practices that's useful to you, I'd love for you to drop me a line, lynn@yogalynn.com. And thank you for stopping by. Until next time.